And for cluster 6, there are only two subjects included there. So that is anesthesiology and pharmacology, and both are a bit difficult to review. Okay, so it would involve a lot of memorization. Unlike in cluster 1, it would involve several subjects: general and oral anatomy, pathology, okay, physiology, and others. So for this cluster, it's just two subjects, ANES and pharma. Again, when you review, of course, you need to, let's say you graduated already, you need to go back to your books. Okay, if you still have time, read your books again. If you have any books, baka wala naman pala kayong binili, you didn't buy any books during your college days. Then go back to your notes, review your notes, and you can also buy some or borrow or buy some review materials just like this one, Wells, Reed, and Cowie. You have two volumes for this one, volume 1 and volume 2. You can easily buy this in Shopee. Okay, so volume 1 and volume 2. I think volume 1 is for general. Okay, second volume 2 is for the dental part. Okay, however, you cannot just rely on Wells, Reed, and Cowie because they are too concise. Okay, masyadong concise, masyadong summarized per topic. So you might not be able to understand if you don't have the foundation. So you still need to refer to your textbooks. You can also get a copy of the dental decks. Okay, so there are several editions available or versions for the dental decks. They're available online. So just choose the one that is the more recent. Okay, medyo expensive lang kasi si Dex. When you say dental decks, these are index cards. Okay, when you buy this one, index card siya, you have the question on one side, and when you flip the index card, you have the answer there together with the explanation, just like what we had been doing last time, okay, 2 weeks ago. You can also get a copy of the PRC sample examination with the correct answer. So this is important, okay, emphasis on the correct answers. Can also get a copy of Rudman's test items and NBDE volume 1 and volume 2. Also have Mosby's review. You can also have so Mosby's review for the NBDE part 1 and part 2. Review handouts if you made some reviewers during your student days. Okay, you can go back to those handouts and review materials. And also, you can add this one, the Greek and Latin words. So you need to be familiar with the different Greek and Latin words, the prefix and the suffixes, okay? Because this would help you, this would help give you clues, okay, when answering some of the word anjo or va. Have yourself familiar with these different terms. Also, know that's tongue, diba? And this one, gluco. Gluco is sweet or sugar. Okay. Hydro, that's water. Lipo, diba? Liposuction. Adipo, adipose tissue. Okay. Fat. Okay. Erythro. So erythro is red. Leuco or look, that's white blood cells. Erythrocytes, red blood cells. Okay. And other terms. Yeah. Cirrhosis, diba? Yellowish, liver cirrhosis, right? There are a lot. So familiarize yourselves on these different prefix and suffixes. Okay, can help you when you are trying to guess the answer in the board examination. Okay, so for the scheduled topics to be discussed this weekend, we have here history of anesthesia, theories of pain, methods of pain control, neurophysiology of pain, local anesthetic solutions, vasoconstrictors, armamentarium, trigeminal nerves, regional analgesia, maxillary techniques of regional anesthesia, and you have your mandibular techniques. of regional anesthesia. So for this morning, we'll try to finish up to the neurophysiology of pain. Okay. I don't want to discuss too many topics in half day kasi baka you get overwhelmed with the different concepts that we would be discussing. Okay? Wait lang. Magkikik lang ulit ako. So this is a review. You need to listen, be attentive, open your cam kasi baka in the future wala na mag-review because we are going out of our way, di ba? We are spending our weekends with you just to give you a lecture. So might as well respect that one. Okay? You are not required to do this. Wala nang teacher na gusto mag-review kasi nga wala nakikinig. Okay? So do your part, ha? Listen, ha? Baka wala na mag-review sa mga succeeding batches. Okay? If you look at the schedule, di ba, parang kami-kami na lang ulit na nandun, di ba? Sana iba kasi nga wala nang gusto mag-review. Okay? So we have this one. First topic is the history of anesthesia. So you can use the handouts that I have uploaded in Canvas. Okay, download that one. You can write your notes there para when you're taking the board exam. You can just review that handout, okay, that material. Of course, you need to add some topics there. Huh? And if you see something that's wrong there, you can change that one. And you can also inform me para I can edit baka I have encoded something there that's wrong. Okay. Topic is of anesthesia. So when you say anesthesia, it is the temporary loss of sensation. Wait lang, nasan screen ko? Ayan. Temporary loss of sensation in a living body, either with the patient conscious or unconscious. Okay. So let's have or discuss the history. So during the early times, herbs was used as anesthetic. Okay, so Homer used nepenthe. Watchwa used mafesan. Mafesan is cannabis powder that is boiled. Okay, so if you're familiar with cannabis, cannabis is hemp. Okay, marijuana. Okay, so they use cannabis before. So narcotics are also used. This is the earliest agent used to reduce the pain. Okay, it acts on the body and in the mind as well. So it does not actually relieve the pain. Instead, it just mitigates the painful experience. So meaning to say, it makes the less, or yeah, it makes the surgery less painful. Okay. Examples of your narcotics you have here: opiates. Okay, opioids. I think you've discussed this last week. Morphine, heroin, and others. Okay? These are just some of the examples of narcotics. Hypnotism was also used before, so it's an altered state of mind. It does not always work, okay? So you need training for success. And we were still students, okay? We've had a guest lecturer on one of our subject, I think, perspectives in dentistry at Ion. Okay? So our teacher invited a dentist who is expert in hypnosis. Okay? Hypnotize siya, the late Dr. Achacoso. I'm sure you've been hearing his surname Achacoso. Diba? So the late Dr. Achacoso was invited. So kuha siya na isang classmates. So my classmates was called front, and Dr. Achacoso hypnotized classmate. Okay, hypnosis. Okay. Then sabi niya, okay, you will forget your name. What's your name? It mentioned name. You'll do, sabi niya. Hindi sana ako magbilang. You will dance, sabi niya. Okay, my classmate danced. After the class, we asked our classmates, effective ba talaga? Sabi niya, is it really effective? Were you really hypnotized? Sabi niya, hindi. Sabi niya, nahihiya lang ako kasi matanda siya. He's really old, sabi niya. Siya dun sa ano, dun sa class. So, sumunod na lang daw siya. So, he danced. He mentions a different name and others. Okay. Wait lang ha, I cannot see my screen. So, hit with the club using use of force. Okay. You have pressure, application of pressure on the area to render the parts numb. Percussion, so, paluin ka. So use of mallet, a blow in the head can render a patient unconscious. Okay. Refrigeration anesthesia, so you apply cold to a certain part of the body. Okay. Then once that part becomes numb, you can now operate on that area. I'm sure you've experienced that when you're buying ice, diba? Or when you're holding ice. So during the 19th century, some came close to the discovery of uh, anesthesia, and we will be discussing those researchers. Okay? The first is Sir Humphrey Davy. Okay? Sir Humphrey Davy is an English chemist who worked on gases. Okay? While working with nitrous oxide, he noticed his patient became numb after being excited. He's not the type who spreads his discovery and do more experiments. So this idea died down, and thus no credit was given. Okay, actually, his discovery is the one that we use today, nitrous oxide. Nitrous oxide, or N2O, is also your laughing gas. Okay, so it's currently used for conscious sedation. Madamot lang siya, di ba? Ayaw niya i-share, eh, no? He did not share his discovery. So he was not credited for the discovery. Okay. Next, we have here Henry Hill Hickman. So Henry Hill Hickman, he is the type of person who would work on propagating his discovery. He makes an animal pass out by using carbon dioxide. So carbon dioxide kay Henry Hill Hickman. Then once the animal passes out, he amputates a part of the animal to see whether the animal could feel pain under this anesthesia. Okay. So the animal recovered after the surgery. Pero today, di ba, it's unethical to use animals, di ba, for experiments. So he asked permission to do this on humans, but he was not permitted due to the belief that man is meant to feel pain. That's what they believed back then, okay? In the 1800s, okay? That's 19th century, minus one lang, so 1800. For 20th century, that's 1900s, okay? Next, he worked on experiments through, though, but was not able to do much because he got sick and died. Namatay siya, na-dead siya. He was not credited for his works, okay? He actually used the wrong agent, okay? Mali yung agent niya because he used carbon dioxide, okay? Later on, di ba, we're using nitrous oxide, some used ether, okay, and would have similar effects. Next, we have here Crawford Long. Crawford Long is a town pharmacist. So, ether frolics was popular during his time. He observed the effects of ether. Ether has the same effect with nitrous oxide. He thought that ether could be used on his patients during surgery to relieve pain. Okay? He also did not share his discovery, but continued to use it. Madamot din siya. He was not also credited. Next, we have here Elton Romeo Smiley. So Elton Romeo Smiley used ethereal opium. This is dissolved opium in ether. Okay? When we say opium, it is a highly addictive, non-synthetic narcotic, as I have mentioned earlier. Okay, it is extracted from poppy plant. The poppy plant siya kinuha. Papaver somniferum. That's the scientific name of that one. So he got excited at first with his effective discovery, but was discouraged by friends because opium has adverse effects when used at large doses. Okay? He was excited, but his friends advised him not to write about it. Okay? Having a friend, no, do not share it to others. So he was not also credited. Then came Dr. Horace Wells. Dr. Horace Wells witnessed a guy who inhaled nitrous oxide or laughing gas. Then he hit his shin, this part of the leg, yung shin, okay, below the knee, without feeling any pain. Wells saw this and thought that this would be effective on patients, and he used it. Okay. He tried nitrous oxide on himself, and then he asked a student to extract a tooth. Nagpabunot siya. Okay, ako na lang sacrifice, extract my tooth. Okay. Then Dr. Horace Wells did not feel any pain. Okay. What did he do? He then contacted his student. The student was William Morton, okay, for demonstration at Massachusetts General Hospital claiming painless extraction. During the demonstration, the patient moaned. Nag-moan, umungol yung patient. Okay? Thinking that the agent was not effective, the audience disproved. The patient moaned. That's not effective. But they didn't know if that moan was just a reaction during the surgery or something else. Okay. Next, we have William T.G. Morton. You remember William T.G. Morton was the student of Dr. Horace Wells. Okay. He was the one who extracted the tooth ni Dr. Horace Wells. Remember that William T.G. Morton, okay, William T.G. Morton is different from William J. Morton. Magkaiba yan. We have William T.G. Morton and William J. Morton. William J. Morton is in this rentgenology. So what's the contribution of William J. Morton? He was the first to discover impacted teeth radiographically. Okay, but for this one, it's William T.G. Morton. Okay, he is the student of Wells. He worked with Charles T. Jackson on ether. Ether was similar to chloroform in form, except that it has an unpleasant smell. Okay. In 1846, he made a successful demonstration at MGH or Massachusetts General Hospital in Boston with John C. Warren. So bumalik sila. So, okay, let's demonstrate this one. Then they marketed lithium. Okay. Lithium is sulfuric ether used as an anesthetic agent. Okay. So again, for William T.G. Morton, he used inhaled ether. Inhaled ether. Okay. Ito yung ano niya, device niya. Okay. Ang laki, di ba? Meron lang din ether. Okay. And that's what would be, that would be placed sa nose the patient. Okay. Then we have the missions. Okay, who will be recognized now as the discoverer of the anesthesia, who will be discovered as the father of anesthesia. So Dr. Crawford Long claimed that he used ether before Morton and others. And Morton, no, sabi nga, I used this one first. However, if you still remember, Dr. Crawford Long, yes, used this ether. However, he did not share his discovery. Ba? He's just using it, pero he did not share his secrets to others. Next, Dr. Jackson and Dr. Morton had problems on who should be given the credit since Morton worked on the demonstration and Jackson suggested the use of ether. Nag-away na sila. Okay? Kagulo na sila. Then we have here Dr. Wells did not stop experimenting on nitrous oxide in Hartford. And he went to France to rest. Pahinga siya. But then a doctor went to him and asked him to experiment on nitrous oxide, and this made him popular in France. So what did he do? He used the gas on himself. Na-addict siya. Okay? He became addicted. He got sick. He went to jail. And there he committed suicide. Okay? He used chloroform on himself. Committed suicide in belief that he caused pain to his family and that he is not fit in the society. Okay? Sad. However, Wells did not live long enough to witness his triumph over the recognition as the discoverer of anesthesia. So Dr. Horace Wells was recognized as the discoverer of anesthesia because he used the nitrous oxide. Okay? So, sino yung father of modern anesthesia? If Horace Wells is just the discoverer of anesthesia, it's the student of Horace Wells. Okay? William T.G. Morton. So William T.G. Morton was recognized as the father of modern anesthesia. Okay? He was elected to the Hall of Fame in the 1900s. Okay? Away-away na sila. Okay? So we have here the methods of inducing anesthesia. We have mechanical trauma, we have low temperature, okay? We have anoxia. Okay? Anoxia means, what's the prefix a? Ano ibig sabihin ng prefix na a? Anoxia. Absence. Okay? So absence of oxygen, yung anoxia. Okay? Then we have chemical irritants. Okay? For the chemical irritants, it would include diethyl ether, okay? Chloroform, acetone, and halogenated compounds. Okay. Then we have the neurolytic agents such as alcohol and phenol. When you say neurolytic agents, neurolysis, okay? Neurolysis means destruction of the nerve, okay? Destruction of the nerve. So it can either cause Wallerian degeneration or segmental demyelination. Okay, let's differentiate these two terms here. Okay, Wallerian degeneration and segmental demyelination. Okay, if you have your nerve here, not a nerve yan. Okay, not a neuron pala yan. Okay, so nerve. Okay, then you have some form of coating here. In the middle, let's say yung green, that's the axon. Okay, yung green, yung axon. Okay, the red and blue are the endoneurium and epineurium. Okay, there's a perineurium. They have your perineurium, endoneurium, and epineurium. Then after that, we have also the myelin sheath. kulay ang violet. Myelin sheath here, myelin sheath here. Can you say segmental demyelination? And from the word itself, demyelination. Let's say you don't know what this word is, okay? And you know what de means. Ano yung de? Decapitate, demyelinate. Ano yung de? Remove, di ba? Tanggal, de. Removal, okay? Myelination. Sounds like myelin. We're talking about nerves, so that's myelin sheath. So for segmental demyelination, so the myelin sheath was damaged. One segment was removed or damaged. Okay, that is segmental demyelination. So this is basically similar to what type of nerve injury? Damage to the myelin sheath. I'm sure you know that. We only have 3 types of nerve injury. So damage to the myelin sheath, you have the neuropraxia. That? So it's similar to neuropraxia. So yes, there's disruption of impulse, pero it will still go back, di ba? Hindi mag-repair nerve. That is segmental demyelination. But when you say Wallerian degeneration, what happens? Naputol, the nerve was severed. So it's similar to what? It's similar to neurotmesis. Meaning to say, this part of the nerve here will not be able to transmit the impulse. Okay? Patient will feel numb. If not, signal will not be transmitted towards the brain. Okay? So that's Wallerian degeneration. So I'm sure you've been hearing neuropraxia, neurotmesis, axonotmesis. Okay? Neuropraxia, axonotmesis, neurotmesis. As I mentioned earlier, when you say neuropraxia, it's just the myelin sheath that was damaged. It may be on one side or both sides. Okay, that's neuropraxia. In axonotmesis, okay, the myelin sheath was damaged, plus also the axon was damaged. Maybe it was crushed. Okay, nadurog yung axon. However, the perineurium and the epineurium, as well as the endoneurium, is still intact. Okay? It's not total severance of the nerve. Hindi complete na nag-separate yung nerve. Maybe this part of the nerve here, this part of the nerve was crushed. So you still have that part connected. Okay? That is your axonotmesis. But for your neurotmesis, ayun na. The entire segment was disrupted or was severed. That is your neurotmesis. Okay? And this one has the poor prognosis. Okay? It has the poorest prognosis among the 3. Okay? Last time we have also discussed, I'm not sure, pero we have your saltatory conduction. Was I able to mention the jumping of impulse from one node to another? Okay, that happens in a myelinated nerve. Okay, saltatory conduction, jumping of impulse from one node of Ranvier to another node of Ranvier. However, if the nerve is unmyelinated, okay, yan wala siyang myelin sheath, what you would have is continuous conduction. The impulse does not jump. So straight lang, continuous conduction. And among the two, it's the saltatory conduction that is faster compared to your continuous conduction. So meaning to say, faster nerve conduction or faster impulse transmission in a myelinated nerve compared to a demyelinated nerve, which has a slower transmission. Mas mabagal for unmyelinated nerve. Okay? Nakalimutan pa ba ako dyan? I think wala na. So, of course, chemical agents such as local anesthetics, which we would be discussing in detail in the next topics. So, local anesthesia is defined as a loss of sensation in a circumscribed area of the body caused by depression of the excitation in nerve endings or an inhibition of the conduction process in peripheral nerve. So, meaning to say it produces loss of sensation without inducing loss of consciousness. That's the difference of local anesthesia from general anesthesia. Okay, general anesthesia, there's loss of consciousness. Okay? LA versus GA. So cocaine was used before as a local anesthetic. Okay? Ginagamit before yung cocaine. Cocaine renders the mucous membrane numb. Okay? Basically, cocaine is a CNS stimulant. Okay? Cocaine has an intrinsic vasoconstrictive properties. Okay? It's your cocaine. Let's now talk about the needles. Okay? So the first needle that was used was blunt, mapurol. Okay? Paroling needle before. So it would need skin incision first. Hiwaan, sugatan mo muna si patient. Okay, you would incise first before you can insert the needle for you to be able to deposit the anesthetic solution. So patient will feel pain na kasi you incised na. Okay? So what Charles Gabriel Pravas did was he invented now a syringe with a hollow needle likened to that of mosquito. Mas pointed na yung tip. Okay? Pero scary pa rin yung anesthetic ano niya, di ba? Syringe. Next, we have here Dr. William Stewart Halsted. Dr. William Stewart Halsted was the first to block the mandibular nerve by injecting 4% cocaine intraorally. Siya yung first to perform mandibular nerve block, and he used cocaine, okay, intraorally. Nowadays, we have vasoconstrictors, diba? The vasoconstrictors that we use today is your epinephrine. That's the most common. You also have other vasoconstrictors, levonorepinephrine, norepinephrine, and others. During the olden times, we have also vasoconstrictors. Yun yung time ni Dr. Lavinia, siguro, gamit niya, chemical tourniquet. What are chemical tourniquet? These are adrenaline mixed with cocaine to constrict blood vessels. Okay? So, meaning to say, cocaine, and minix niya sa adrenaline. Nowadays, we're just using adrenaline or epinephrine. That's your epinephrine or adrenaline. Okay? So it's a predecessor of vasoconstrictors. So basically, before, both chemicals that they're mixing would include vasoconstrictive property. Kind of overkill na. Okay? Kind of overkill. Nowadays, we're just using the epinephrine or the adrenaline. Okay? Next, we have Alfred Einhorn. Okay? Alfred Einhorn synthesized procaine. Okay? Procaine is also known as your novocaine. We also have Harvey Cook. Okay? Harvey Cook devised the cartridge system of loading syringes. What does it mean? Diba? In the clinics, what you're using, pag anes, use the cartridge na. Ganyan na siya. supplied in cartridges na siya. That's what you call cartridge system. Because before this was used, anong ginagamit nila? They have this vial here or this bottle here that would contain the local anesthesia. Then they mix that with epinephrine or the epinephrine mixed with cocaine. Sila pa yung nagtitimpla. Nowadays, you're just using this one. Okay. So since anesthetics are supplied this way before, okay, they need to put preservatives. Kasi you'll be getting lang a certain amount eh. So they need to use preservatives before. Okay. And the preservatives that they're using before was the methyl paraben. However, there's an increased incidence of allergic reaction in methyl paraben. That's why we are not using methyl parabens nowadays. So what do we use nowadays as anesthetic preservative for the anesthetic solutions? Still remember sa anis? I also mentioned that last time in rentgenology. Sodium bisulfite. Okay? Wait lang ha. So sodium bisulfite. Next we have here Niels Lofgren. Okay? Niels Lofgren synthesized lignocaine. Okay? This is one of the most commonly used local anesthetics today. Basically, lignocaine is the parent drug of all amide type of local anesthetic, which is your lidocaine. Yan yung tawag sa kanya before, lignocaine. It's the parent drug of your lidocaine. Okay? Do you have any questions on this topic? It's just the history. It's just an introduction. Kumbaga. Okay? So next topic natin would be the theories of pain. Okay? Before we proceed with this topic, after discussing this one, we will have a post test. The post test is in Kahoot. So you'll be needing, if you're using cell phone, you'll be using another device. Okay, you need another device. Laptop, you just log in sa kahoot.it, okay, or .it. So after theories of pain, we will be having post test. All right. So for the morning session, we have 1, 2, 3, 3 post tests. Or 4 pala. 4 post tests. The fourth is in Canvas. Okay. So it's now 9:10. Be back 10 minutes lang ha. Para we can finish early. 9:20. Okay. 9:20. All right.